What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. We are going to be focusing on the DragBat Attack Strategy, the bat spell. You guys know that it was overpowering within Clash of Clans not too long ago, but it still works. It can still be used to help you get the 3 stars very successfully, and we are going to be giving you lots of tips and tricks for that in today's video. All of these attacks are at Town Hall 10, however, these tips will be relevant for all of the Town Hall levels, Town Hall 11 and 12 as well, so let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so getting straight into the first attack. The first point I want to make is the amount of bat spells you take. So as you can see on this one, we actually have 5 bat spells. Now that will change and vary depending on the amount of base you want to take down with the bat spell portion. So on this one we start with the Sui heroes down at the bottom of the base, and as you can see we're going to take out an air defense here. King has created a funnel so that the queen can walk around and basically snipe off the second air defense. So that is 2 air defense down, and the dragons are then going to have a much easier time. One of the reasons that this attack works so successfully right now is the fact that you have multi-infernos. So basically that is trying to defend the lava loon and the bat spells, but if you can get the dragons in there, the dragons will be very effective against it. It's not like it is a single inferno which fries the dragons itself, so really you're just using the bat spells to help your dragons, and essentially what you're trying to do is use the bat spells to take out the defenses that are dangerous to the dragons. That is the air defense and single target infernos, and you're using the dragons to take out the defenses that are effective against the bats. That is the splash damage defenses, the multi-infernos, the wizard towers. They are the things which are going to shred the bat spell, so that's where the dragons come in. And as you can see, using the Sui heroes on the left hand side of the base, we not only took out the air defense, we did create a funnel here for the dragons as well. We did exactly the same on the right hand side using the bat spell so that the dragons could focus their fire through the middle of the base, and that is where the splash damage defenses were maintained. Now if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for all of my Clash of Clans content, and if you do want to see my videos daily when they come out, be sure to hit the notification bell as well, because YouTube will not notify you necessarily if you are just a subscriber. So as we get down to the end of it, again you will see a few different attacks on this video. The dragons are basically going to help with cleanup. We do have a couple of minions there as well, just helping out, but it depends on how you foresee the attack going as to if you will need some cleanup troops. Now what I mean by that is basically you want to sweep through the base from one side to the other with the dragons, and you will get to see that in these next attacks. So let's pause it for a second. Swaggy Celtic, gonna get it done here. As you can see on this one, we have 6 bat spells, 2 rage spells, no freeze spells. Now the reason you take freeze spells is, let's say you deployed the bats here onto the multi-inferno. You wouldn't, because there's 2 wizard towers next to it as well, but for example guys, if you did, you would need a freeze spell to freeze that whilst your bats got through it. So we know without a freeze, he's going to put it somewhere where there's no splash damage. Oh, what did we say in the first attack? Single target inferno up here, look. Air defense up here. We can take them out. They're all dangerous defenses to the dragons. Not a lot of splash damage. There is a bomb tower, but clearly that is not going to do anything to our bats because they're air. Then we can use the dragons on the other side of the base here to wipe out all of this where it is splash damage. So we need to set up the funnel a little bit here as well, and if you can, you might as well take out some of them defenses with the heroes if possible. So the queen's going to step up here, get an air defense, get an archer tower. They are defenses which are dangerous to the dragons. Now again, we're not messing around. You don't want a time fail, so the dragons are coming straight into this section. Notice what is there, the enemy queen. Now that's a lot of defenses to get through, and people can often trap you into this as well. So they might stack all of their air bombs to one side of the base, knowing that you're going to try and put the dragons in from there. So that Lava Hound was very good just to test for that, and in comes the bats look from this right hand side. They're going to get that single target Inferno before the dragons even get there, and we've got the 2 air defense from the north of the base. Now the dragons, they are not completely weak. They can get through some of them dangerous defenses, so they can take on an air defense, but you don't want to tackle all of them. You need to try your best to have the dragons not go to them. And notice the Stone Slammer as well helped to clear out this bottom section so that the dragons were forced through. And what that did essentially was take them directly to the air defense. If you are going to tackle them, you don't want to be moving around them, just messing about casually. You need to get to them quick. So if you're not taking them out with the bat spell or the heroes, and there's still some dangerous defenses for the dragons, you want to try and get the dragons to them. So that's what the Stone Slammer helped with in this attack. Beautiful one there, very nicely displayed, and hopefully you could see from that one how really the base was set up for the DragBat. It was a fantastic base identification attack, and that is what you want to look for. Just before we move on, if you are enjoying this one, be sure to leave a like. It really does help out the videos a lot, guys, and hopefully that one will help you, because I think it's perfect. The bat spell, it used to be overpowered, we know it was, and you could pretty much use it on a variety of bases. Now you need to select the right base. It still works, which is fantastic, but you need to select the right base, and that's how it should be. Now looking down at the bottom, what do we have? We have 6 bat spells, and we have 2 freeze spells. So for this one, you're thinking that they're going to be using it on splash damage. Looks like we have the king at the bottom here. Look at this. This looks like a bit of a king battle. I actually thought for a second there were two barbarian kings deployed at the bottom of the base. Imagine that if we'd used the clone spell on our own heroes. Drop it down below if you think that would be OP. I think it would be. So queen, again, gonna come in from this side, going to snipe off an air defense, and you guys did get to see this attack when we first put the video on for you guys. So basically the bat spell is going to be used here to take out the multi, the wizard, and press this way up towards them air defense. So that is why the freeze spells are so important. We've got a wizard tower and a multi-inferno that will take down the bats very, very quickly. So using them freeze helps to get them down, and the bats at this point, yes, they don't get the air defense, but they've distracted them quite a bit. Now, to be honest, I don't think the bats got necessarily huge value on this. I think he thought they were going to get the air defense, but there was a lot of damage in that area. The expos are very fast against the bat spells as well, so make sure you are taking that into account. The enemy queen was in that area. Obviously the dragons came through and got her, but this is something you all need to take into account. Yes, you can freeze the splash damage, but think about the amount of damage in that area. For example, a Tesla farm is a nightmare for the bats because they're very quick. The bats are very low in health, so if there's a lot of point defenses surrounding them bats, you're going to have to make sure you've got enough of them to swarm that area, and that is basically where the dragons can come in, and you can basically cross them both over. So as the dragons are coming through, then you're sweeping through with the bats. You don't want to necessarily use the bats, then the dragons. It's more effective to merge them together. However, you can use a lava hound as well where them bat spells are, depending on the base setup. You might choose to actually send a lava hound in first, followed by all of the bat spells. That can absorb all of the fire from them point defenses, and basically it does a phenomenal job. Then the bat spells can come through and take that out. Now that is all of the attacks using the DragBat Attack Strategy, but I did want to showcase this one to you because it was a very nice attack. And yesterday and a couple of my videos recently, we've looked at the queen charge, and I have mentioned in the videos how you don't necessarily have to set up a huge funnel. You can use the queen and how she's actually placed within the base itself in order to then control her into the base. Let's just get into it, guys. You'll know exactly what I mean. So we only need a couple of minions here. Look, we take out this at the top, then we take out this gold mine here, And these other buildings we do need to take out, but the queen can actually get into this little pocket here and stand and shoot at all of these, and she can actually create the funnel for herself to then walk into the base. So you don't always need to have a super complex funnel. You can actually use the queen to funnel it herself. So as you can see, minions did a nice job at the top. We have these buildings on the inside. Look, all of these buildings are going to act as breadcrumbs for the queen. I mentioned this yesterday. So when we get a little bit further in, I'll pause it again and you'll see. Watch this, guys. If we pause it here, yes, the queen's going to shoot down to this gold mine. Once this is gone, where is she going to go? We've created the funnel at the top here, and we've created the funnel here. So if you look at distance, is she going to walk down here? She might have been drawn to that cannon, or is she going to come into the base here? And what you will see is we've created the funnel effectively enough that she is going to move into the base. Very close, actually. She could have decided to come down here to that cannon, which might have changed it, but literally just got it correct there. She moves into the base, and obviously at this point, enemy queen is history, and we are going to get that little bit further as well. What is in there? You guys know some of the key objectives you want to get if you've been watching my recent videos. We want to try and take down some of the splash damage here, and if we can, get the enemy CC lured as well. But the king continues at the top to take that out. There's the CC lured now. We actually get the Inferno Tower there as well, which is fantastic. And once we get the queen into the middle of the base, look, we can then Lalo the rest of it, because we've got that nice L shape that you're looking for. And the queen charge has basically done all of that by herself. Very few funneling troops, couple of minions, yes, the king to move around the top, but not necessary. Just stop the queen from walking this way. Didn't necessarily get huge amounts of value, so there you go. You don't have to have a massive complex funnel. Then the sweeper is pointing out this way, so again, it's very easy to come around this way in order to try and avoid it. So in terms of the queen charge, in terms of the funnel, obviously my video yesterday focused on that kill squad, and a couple of you guys did comment that you were struggling a little bit with that, and I wanted to cover that because basically my advice would be to overcompensate first. So if you're struggling and your troops are walking around the side, take a bigger kill squad than what you think you need. Take more funneling troops. You have to get that funnel set in order for your troops to go in, and if they don't go in, it is incredibly difficult if your kill squad doesn't get what you planned them to get to then fix the attack. So take more of an emphasis on the kill squad and take less of an emphasis on the lava loon. That will hopefully give you a bit more of a failsafe, or whatever attack you're using on the back end. And you can even integrate the town hall into that kill squad if you're worried about not getting the 2-star. Let's say it's in a clan war league attack, you can easily do that. So my advice, take more than needed for that kill squad, for that funnel. If it gets created and you're good and your troops are going in, you can save them back in order for cleanup. If you haven't subscribed, the button is right next to me. I think I forgot to mention CrunchTime. We are recruiting Max Town Hall 11 and 12 players, so if you are interested, join my Discord. But until next time, peace out.